All right, welcome to episode 46 of the Kevin Burke Project. And I need your full cooperation and total attention because there are 5 things that I would like to mention. I gotta start with Team Tebow. It's not exactly breaking news at this point, but I gotta touch on it. When it was first rumored that Jacksonville was gonna bring in Tim Tebow for a workout to be a tight end, I was like, Jacksonville doesn't make any sense. Like, it was completely lost on me for a minute that Urban Meyer was coaching the Jaguars. I just completely forgot. And once that clicked, I'm like, oh, Urban Meyer's the coach. Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, nepotism, the whole nine. I don't feel like nepotism or it's not, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That shouldn't play a factor in sports, whether or not you can make a roster, an NFL roster at that. But that's what's happening in Jacksonville. And then they bring him in for a workout and they actually sign him to a 1-year contract to play tight end. And I have to look it up. Like, how old is Tim Tebow, man? He is 33 years old. What he did at Florida, running that offense as a quarterback, was second to none. It was phenomenal. He had an incredible run in Florida, as a quarterback. But that was like 15 years ago. Is he really going to be an integral part of the Jacksonville offense led by Trevor Lawrence? Really? Is that really the expectation? What is the point of bringing him in? How many legit tight ends deserve a roster spot who are 10 years younger than Tim Tebow, who are a better tight end? How many of them are at home right now waiting to get a call from anybody? And you got Tim Tebow, who was just playing baseball like a few years ago, on a roster. Now I'm not even mad at Tim necessarily, but if you're in his position and you have your former college coach wanting to give you a job, you're going to take it, of course. I'm not necessarily mad at him. Just the game is messed up and the system is messed up. Like, why is he even being offered this job? Why is Urban Meyer putting him in a position to accept this job? Is Trevor Lawrence really going to look for Tim Tebow on some check down routes? Like, he's going to be in the offense like that, really? If not, then why is he on the roster? Sign an actual person who can play tight end, who's qualified for this. Like, for real, let's give the Tim Tebow thing like enough. So he's 33, enough at this point, man. Seriously. Aaron Rodgers, man. He, several weeks have gone by and he's demanding a trade. Although we've never heard any comment from him that he's demanding a trade, but all signs are saying he wants out of Green Bay, and from reputable reporters. So you got to believe it. And also saying, of course, that he's willing to retire if he doesn't get what he wants, if he doesn't get out of Green Bay. I just want to know what happened, man. Like, when did this go left in Green Bay? Like, the rumors are saying that they're not including him in personnel decisions. He's not having enough say in what they do from a personnel standpoint. I'm going to say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers that I said about Russell Wilson several episodes ago. Give him what he wants. Let him do whatever he wants to do. That's the whole franchise. Like, what? Now you got Devontae Adams not sure if he wants to come back because he doesn't know what's happening with the quarterback position. The Packers got 5 primetime games. If they don't sign or make Aaron Rodgers happy, if they get rid of Aaron Rodgers, they could very well be one of the worst teams in the NFC with 5 primetime games. I'm like, what is the play? Like, what is going on here? He's threatening to retire. Now, I think there's a bigger underlying story to the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, aside from what happens in Green Bay. I don't know what's going to happen. My hunch at this point is that he'll be back, but I say that very begrudgingly because if he's threatening to retire, then he really wants to get out, obviously. So I say that, but I'm not even sure if I really mean it, that he's going to be back. I guess I really say that because I can't really picture him in another uniform. I'm only going based on that. So I have no basis to say that he's going to be back other than just like, it would be weird to see him in another uniform, which doesn't really mean anything. But the underlying, theme to all this is like, I feel like NFL players, they want NBA player leverage when it comes to where they can go. The only other, correct me if I'm wrong, the only other instance I can remember of an actual prominent NFL player saying, I don't want to be here, and the team actually trading him is Jalen Ramsey. He said, get me out of Jacksonville, and they got him up out of Jacksonville. Like, it actually worked. Aaron Rodgers has more clout, has more leverage than Jalen Ramsey because he is a quarterback, and just that's just how the game plays. That's how the game works. Your quarterback gave all the leverage in the world. So I look at, like, you know, in the NBA, this happens all the time. Kyrie Irving did not want to be in Cleveland. They got him up out of Cleveland. James Harden didn't want to be in Houston. They got him up out of Houston. Ironically, these guys are both on the same team right now. But it happens routinely with the NBA and the NFL players. It seems like they're trying to gain that sort of NBA movement leverage. I wish him all the luck in the world because at the end of the day, I feel like no matter what the sport is, the player should have the final say on where he raises his family, where he lives, where his kids go to school. It should not be on the incumbent on the team to trade them whenever they want to. But historically, the NFL players have not had this leverage, and they're trying to get a little bit of what the NBA players have. NBA players have more leverage in this regard because of the contractual situation with the guaranteed contracts and how the CBA is constructed. But I wish the NFL players all the luck in the world to gain that leverage. And what happens to Aaron Rodgers? Your guess is as good as mine, man. Can I talk about Floyd Mayweather for a second? He's fighting is Jake Paul, right? It's not Logan. I think it's Jake, right? Like I say that not even to be funny. I don't even really know who these dudes are, man. I don't really know who Jake Paul or Logan Paul are. YouTube stars, I understand. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather here, man. Like, why is Floyd fighting Jake? It's Jake, right? Why is he fighting Jake Paul? Floyd, like, he has a perfect, unblemished boxing record. I don't imagine Floyd is broke because Floyd always reminds us at any chance he gets that he has got a lot of money still. I don't imagine it's a money play, and I can't imagine he's bringing in a whole lot of money from this fight. This is technically an amateur fight. But why is he doing this, man? Like, why? And then they had the little altercation the other day where Jake stole his hat and Floyd's chasing him. That's just not a good look for Floyd, man. Like, Floyd's like 15 years older than this dude. He's chasing him over a hat. Like, what's going on? Why are you doing it, Floyd? Why are you stooping to this? What's going on? You got a perfect, unblemished record. Why are you doing this? And I blame one person for Floyd tarnishing his image, which is what he's doing. I blame one person for Floyd tarnishing his perfect boxing image. And that's Nate Robinson, man. Nate, listen. Try not to laugh. But when Nate got knocked out by Jake and he put him to sleep, all of a sudden, every black athlete wants to fight Jake Paul all of a sudden. I would have expected amateur non-boxing athletes to want to fight Jake Paul to avenge the knockout of Nate Robinson. I wouldn't have never expected Floyd Mayweather. Who's next? Mike Tyson wants to fight Jake Paul because Nate Robinson got knocked out. Now you got Ocho Cinco, you got Chad Ocho. He is training to become an amateur boxer as well too. Is this really all because Nate Robinson got knocked out? Nate getting knocked out is why Floyd Mayweather is fighting Jake Paul. Are you serious? I'm gonna just say it like this. I'm gonna say it's one time and I'll move on. Floyd, bruh, don't lose. Alright? Ben Wallace. They just announced Ben Wallace is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I've said this several times in previous episodes that the NBA, basketball in general, they let too many people into the Hall of Fame, man. Way too many people. It's easier to get into the Hall of Fame in basketball than any other sport, and it's not even close. And I don't know what that says about basketball. I don't know what that means, but they let too many players in. Ben Wallace was the defensive anchor for that championship 2004 Pistons team. He was one of the best defensive players in that early to mid 2000s era. He actually played great defense on Shaq, which is hard to do. But he's not a Hall of Famer, man. Like, and I don't, you know, like, who am I, right, to sit up here and question whether somebody should be a Hall of Famer or not? But I'm gonna do just that. He's not a Hall of Famer, man. Ben Wallace is not a Hall of Famer. Like, come on, man. Like, defensive stalwart, defensive beast. One-dimensional though. Played defense and he rebound. He's not. I don't know how many ways I can say it. Ben Wallace, come on, man. He's not a Hall of Famer. If you're gonna put Ben Wallace in the Hall of Fame, fine. If you're gonna do that, okay. You gotta also put Richard Hamilton in the Hall of Fame. You gotta put Tayshaun Prince in the Hall of Fame. You gotta put Rasheed Wallace in the Hall of Fame. Okay? Other key members of that 2004 championship Pistons team. You gotta put Chauncey Billups in the Hall of Fame. I think Chauncey will get in, deservedly so. He actually is a Hall of Famer in my opinion. But you gotta put in Rip, you gotta put in Rasheed, and you gotta put in Tayshaun. Those three guys in my mind are Hall of Famers before Ben Wallace. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna say I'm confused by that decision. That's all I'm gonna say. Lastly, as I sit here and speak right now, the NBA's play-in tournament, the playoff play-in tournament has not happened yet. As I sit here and speak right now, and even though it hasn't happened yet, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Here's why I don't like it. Here's why I don't like it. It's going to be a 4-team single elimination. No, it's not even single elimination, because if you're the 7th seed, you actually get 2 chances to make it in as either a 7 or an 8 seed. You with me so far? So the play-in tournament, in case you don't know, it's between the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seeds. And the winner, the two teams that make it out of that 4-team tournament are the 7 and 8 seed. My beef is the difference in wins and losses between the 7 seed and the 10 seed. That could be like 7, 8 games, right? That's a lot. That's a whole lot. The difference between 7 and 8 games. So you mean to tell me if this 10 seed comes into this tournament and wins a couple of quick little cheap games, they get in over the 7th seed potentially because they won this little tournament. So we're going to ignore the fact that the 7th seed had a record that was 8 games better than the 10th seed. Again, this is all hypothetical, but you get where I'm going with this. Like, we can't just render a full 82 game season in a normal year. An 82 game season, we can't say that stuff doesn't matter just for this little play-in tournament at the end of the season. Like, I don't get it. I applaud Adam Silver. He is innovative. He's always trying to do something different with the league and shake it up. From that standpoint, I get it, but I feel like it wasn't broken. So why are we even fixing this play-in tournament thing? It's rewarding mediocrity in the face of, at the expense of a team who was by numbers significantly better. Again, a 10th seed can make it in, but a 7th seed potentially could not because they won 2 games at the end of the season. But the 7th seed really won 8 more games than the 10th seed. Do you even follow what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's a lot to digest. LeBron doesn't like it. I don't like it. They're probably gonna do it next year. I hope this is just an experiment, man, and I'm just a historian, is what it is. I don't like to mess with things that don't need to be messed with, and this for sure does not need to be messed with.